Good morning, seventh grade. Um, Welcome to middle of April now. We are now at April 13th, Monday, and today we're going to pick up where we left off with starting World War II. We have been looking before, hold on here, let me get my screen correct, at we've been looking at some of the causes of World War II. And I would just want to review very quickly since it's a Monday after spring break and I know your brains haven't thought about World War II in a week, okay? But I want to remind you of a couple of things. We've been talking about our three big aggressor nations, Japan, Italy, and Germany. Japan, Italy, and Germany. We talked about how Japan went in and seized Manchuria. I'm going to go through these notes real quick. So if you need a good review, go back and rewatch the videos from last Thursday and Friday before spring break, okay? Japan seized Manchuria. They're looking for land. They're looking for natural resources. Italy had seized Ethiopia in Africa as well as Albania in the Balkans. Germany had gone in and settled in the Rhineland where they'd been told they could not settle. They'd also made an alliance with Austria, which they'd been told they couldn't do that after World War One. And then they took the Sudetenland. Remember, that was part of Czechoslovakia. They had done all of this, and no nation had stood up to them and said, you can't do that. So they thought they could just continue as they wanted to. So that's where we're going to pick up today. They'd met at the Munich conference. British and French leaders had come there with Hitler and sat down across the table. And Hitler says, look, this is all I want. I just want the Sudetenland because these people that are settled there are German people and they need to be part of Germany. And they believed him. Why? We're not real sure, but they believed him. And I think part of it was they were just so afraid of getting into another world war that they would do anything to avoid it. So here we go on the map. Here's Great Britain up here, France. They're both trying to combat Germany and its aggressive moves. Germany, you see, is much bigger here on this map than it is today. Okay. Austria, they've made a pact with them. They've also made a pact to take the Sudetenland here in purple. Okay. And still, the country has done nothing. This green area over here is the Rhineland. Okay. The other countries have done nothing to stop them. So that's where we're picking up today. These countries have faced no serious consequences. So they're going to start behaving like immature little toddlers who always want their way. And I'm sure some of you can really identify with that. You have younger siblings who pitch a fit and mom and dad sometimes give in. Kind of makes you mad. I know. I get that. I was that older sibling too. I'm number 2 out of 4. So sometimes we say that my younger sister and brother were spoiled. They got to do things the rest of us never did. But anyway, Neville Chamberlain was the leader of Britain. He was the prime minister. And he favored appeasement. This is that principle of Hitler pitches a fit, give him what he wants so that we don't start a war. Now, sometimes mom and dad do this, like in a grocery store to keep a toddler from making a scene. But you can't do it with a grown man, okay? It would look really funny to walk into the grocery store today and see a grown man pitching a fit because he didn't get his way. But that's what they were doing with Hitler, okay? The United States, however, is trying to stay out of the whole thing. We do not want to be part of what's going on in Europe. We have our own Great Depression going on, and we feel like we have enough problems of our own that we don't need to get involved with what's going on in Europe. Okay, so we're going to start to see some more events that are going to trigger the war here. Remember, Hitler's goal is to make Germany a world power and to get Germany free of defective or undesirable citizens. Those are his two goals. And we're going to see him work those two goals throughout this war. Okay. So first of all, he makes an alliance. This is continuing his aggressive behavior. He makes an alliance with Italy, which is Mussolini, called the Rome-Berlin Axis, where they agree that if anybody attacks one or the other of them, the other will come to their defense. Then, even scarier, they make what is called the Anti-Comintern Pact. And this was a pact between Germany and Japan against communism, okay, against Russia, because Russia was communist at this point. So they're going to say that if Germany or Japan gets attacked by Russia, they're going to come to each other's defense. So now we have Germany allied with Italy and Germany allied with Japan. And then Italy and Japan also make a pact. We have our Axis powers. Germany, Italy, Japan. Jig. Germany, Italy, Japan. Okay. The final alliance that sealed this deal was called the Pact of Steel. This is between Hitler and Mussolini. Again, it's Germany and Italy. Italy and Mussolini. They signed this agreement in May of 1939. That was a military alliance, promising military aid to each other. And then and then one more. This is different. Okay, so we have the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, Japan, but then we're going to come along with one more, Germany and the Soviet Union. Okay, Germany and the Soviet Union is today's Russia. Okay, so Germany and the Soviet Union agree that they will not attack each other. Now, for those of us who know the World War II, we think, well, wait a minute, Soviet Union is part of the Allies. They're going to join on the side of Great Britain and America. What's the deal here? Well, the Soviet Union is out for their own best interest, and that is always what they are seeking, is their own best interest. Remember that. Always, always, always selfish. Always. Okay? So Germany and the Soviet Union make an agreement that they will not attack each other. And in that agreement, both sides, this is Hitler versus Stalin, they both know that they have no intention of keeping that agreement. It's kind of like promising the teacher that you'll turn in your homework and then you're like, I'm not going to do that. Okay. I'm not taking it personally, but get your work done. Okay. So in this agreement here that Germany and the Soviet Union made with each other, they also agreed that they were going to both attack Poland. Poland is an innocent country. He's done nothing wrong, not aggressive towards anybody. But Germany agrees that they will attack Poland from the west, and Russia will attack from the east. They'll conquer Poland together, and then everything will be great. Well, Hitler thinks, they've given me everything else I want, so why wouldn't they continue to do so? But Britain and France kind of finally got to the point where they said, you know what, this is the last straw. And they declared war on Germany as a result of Germany's invasion of Poland. That happened on September 1st, 1939. September 1st, write this down, September 1st, 1939. I will ask you that question again. That is really the date that World War II started, with the German invasion of Poland. September 1st, 1939. Germany invades Poland, beginning World War II. Okay, we're going to jump ahead a little bit here because we're going to see where the rest of this war comes from. How does Japan get into this war? Remember, Japan is aggressive all over the Pacific, but how does the United States get involved in this war? We've been trying to stay out. Well, that happens with the bombing of Pearl Harbor. This is surprise attack. Another important date, December 7th, 1941. December 7th, 1941. Japan attacks Pearl Harbor in Hawaii and brings the United States into the war on the side of the Allies. As soon as we declared war on Japan on December 8th, Germany declares war on us. And that is the end of section 1 of chapter 18. Make sure you've read it carefully. Make sure you've done your SRQs for that section on page 334. There will be a short quiz. Make sure you know 2 dates. I will ask you those dates on the quiz, okay? Let me get out of this. If you have any questions, let me know, but keep up with your work. Grades, I did get some caught up quite a bit last week, and I will continue to work on those this week. All right, see you later.